Okay, what you need to refill your coolant system is a 1/4 inch socket wrench with an 8mm socket on it. I'm going to be using 2 coolant concentrates and a gallon of distilled water. I'm going to be going for a 70-30 mix, so about almost both of these are going to go into this whole entire system. So the first thing we're going to do is take off the bleeder valve. Okay, so the bleeder valve is located right on top of the thermostat housing. This is the thermostat housing, and this is the bleeder valve. With your mine's a 1/4 inch socket wrench. You can probably use something bigger, but as long as it has an 8mm socket on it, just pop it off and take it off. Okay, got my lid off the reservoir. I'm going to start pouring in the concentrated coolant. The system takes about 10 quarts, so I'll pour about 1 and a little bit more than half of a bottle in, and then I'll start adding the water. Okay, so I've poured in about 7 quarts of coolant in. I'm going to start adding distilled water. Okay, so I got water coming out of the bleeder valve. This means that up to the thermostat there is no air. I'm going to close it up right now. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the system's full with water because the water's up to here. I'm going to go now, start the car, turn the heat to max hot, and I'm going to run it for a bit. Okay, so the car is running. I'm going to open up the bleeder valve a little bit, see if there's any air in the system. I got it loose. Okay, there's only water, so I'm going to close it up. And now basically I'm going to let it run until it gets to operating temperature, and then I'm going to watch after to make sure it doesn't overheat. While the car is warming up, I'm going to make sure there's no leaks under it. The drain valve looks good and dry. And the block drain is also pretty good and dry. So there's no leaks, that's good. Okay, so the car is almost at operating temperature. I'm going to let it run for about 10 more minutes, see if there's any change. Just to make sure that it doesn't go over 3/4 of the way. If it goes over 3/4 on the heat, that means there's probably air still trapped in your system. So you're going to have to take care of that by just bleeding the air out, and adding water, bleeding air, adding water. Okay, so my car heated up pretty good. It's about 3/4, so I can assume that there was air in the system. I'm gonna now try to find it and bleed it out of the system. Okay, so I loosened the bleeder valve and I had air come out. I let all the air drain. I opened the lid for the reservoir and waited until coolant started coming out of the bleeder valve. I closed the bleeder valve, topped off the system again. I'm going to start the car again. Okay, it's dropping. It's dropping. It's almost at operating temperature mark. Okay, it's about at operating temperature. I'm going to give it 10 minutes, see what happens in 10 minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, the car has been running for about 10 minutes. The temperature is pretty constant. I haven't had any more hiccups from the car. I'm pretty sure it's fine now. So basically that's how you do it. If the temperature does get up again, turn off the car, open the bleeder valve, drain the air, add more water, and then keep going until it stays at constant. That's all you do.